And then you hit the thing, and you hope you're on time. Finally, it's 8 o'clock. Grrrr. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and today, boy oh boy, is there a whole cornucopia of topics to be covered here today. But you know what? Bear will guide you through it like a nature guide through a forest, and then all of a sudden he gets mauled by a bear. Oh my goodness! Anyway, so there we are. There we are. Glad to have everyone here with us here today. But you know what? We have time neither for gibber nor jabber. So let's go ahead and get right on into it here and start talking about what we got. Some good stuff. Actually, by the way, let me just kind of click onto it here. Oh, where did I go? Where did I go? Hold on, people. Yeah, for crying out loud. One of these days, we will actually do a professional show. It's not going to be today, unfortunately, but one of these days we'll be doing that. But anyways, actually have if I can get it here. There we go. Sorry about the lighting here, people. We'll turn on some lights here in just a minute, but actually got a package in here from Narwhal, dealing with the Earthbound II book here, so we'll go ahead and get into that in just a little while, but, something to whet the appetite, as it were. Yes, indeed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right on into it, because we don't have any time here. We just don't. We just don't have any time. So let me find the thing. With the thing, and then you do the thing, and then you do the thing. There we go. Alright, let me get to it here, because we actually have some campaign updates, including one of, I gotta say, I gotta give a big shout out to Aaron Lopresti out there for putting out some great stuff, and also keeping all the backers there informed of what he's doing. So I always enjoy doing some of these campaign updates with a Wraith of God, and I'm glad that he's actually going to be doing some good work here. So let me grab something to drink. Oh man, that's hot. Oh wow, that's hot. I tell you what. Alright, anyways, he says, Wraith of God, progress, and extras. Hey everyone, hey Aaron. How about a Wraith of God update? Well, why not? With the hay. I just finished page 70, which means that I only have 8 pages to go. Including the 3-page epilogue stretch goal. Very cool. We are almost home, and it's exciting for sure. But in the meantime, I've added a Wraith of God laser-etched shot glass and stitched logo beanie to go along with the new t-shirts to the campaign. All available for pre-order right now. And also, he has that capitalized. Also, Dale Keown has finished the pencils to the stretch goal title page for the Wraith of God graphic novel and promises, I better promise, to have it inked by the end of this week. There you go. So many, that's this one down here. Bear could have brought it in, but it's a very kind of small image size, so it wouldn't blow up very good. So, let's see, continues, says, so many moving parts, but they're all coming together. Here is a shot, there we go, of the pencils, along with a picture of the shot glass. There's the picture of the shot glass, there it is. And also the beanie. Thank you all for your continued support of this exciting project. So there's the beanie. Or there's the shot glass, there's the beanie. I guess it's actually being, the beanie is the background for the shot glass there, but there you go. Very cool beanie that you have there. Bear cherishes his Alterna Comics beanie. So there you go. Some neat stuff. If need to keep your head warm there. What is your reaction to this update? It's a Bear approved. It's thumbs up. So there you go. Very cool from Aaron. The awesome Aaron out there, Aaron Lopresti. Yes, indeed. So let me get off of this one, because actually we have, holy cow, not one, but 2, out of the blue, just completely out of the blue, campaign updates here from, probably a book that we're never going to find or never going to get, but that's alright. That's right. You're talking about Sovereign. Sovereign, that's right, from Andrew Huerta. He's got an update for the long gestating Sovereign book, continuing on its epic goal to become maybe the longest produced comic book ever, because once again, I don't think we're ever going to see it. Work in progress, he says, and shows us maybe half, 3/4 of a page of one, and a little bit of the other. Actually, I've actually got that stuff here. Hold on 1 second. Click off of that. Get to the artwork, actually, or what passes as artwork here, because it's just not finished, for crying out loud. Oh my goodness. And he follows this up with being productive is a great feeling. Period. Question mark. Huerta. So I'm not sure what that actually means, but I suppose he's being productive, quote unquote, productive. I'm trying to remember when the last Sovereign update was. I think it was last year sometime. So a little bit of a time gap between the two there, but for a comic that you're never going to see and is never going to come out, then some good updates, some good progress there, some good progress on a book that's you're never going to see. Yes, indeed. So, speaking of books that you may or may not ever see, let me get to it here and find the thing with the thing. Yeah, he's got a couple of things like some, I suppose, character designs. Should you have had character designs like, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, something like that. That would have been nice instead of just kind of coming up with it on the cuff there. So, anyways, let me get out of that. We go to one of the other updates here from out of the blue, just completely out of the blue. We're talking about brand. Holy cow! You ask, beer. We know that the first brand came out, but the second brand, I mean, they advertised it for quite a long time, and just kind of fell off the face of the earth. Whatever happened? We get a March update here, so let's go ahead and check that out for you good people. He says, hi, everyone. Hi, Antonio. Hi there. He always looks like he's got, like he's missing his cat or something like that. He's got that sort of very concerned look on his face there. Anyways, I just wanted to follow up with you all. Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that. I mentioned in November that I would, hold on, let's see. November, December, January, February, March, and almost April. So that's what, nearly 6 months ago? Let's see. So, anyways, I mentioned back in November, just a couple months ago or something like that, that I would be looking for a second artist to help complete art on a way of the gun. Oh my goodness. I actually had a few things for you. Let me do that again. I actually had a few things of you. I actually had a few of you. That are artists to reach out and offer your services. It's greatly appreciated. 2 things I will say that I encountered a few times. Not sure how this is an update, but okay. 1, if you're an artist, contact myself or any other company looking for work. Make sure you have a portfolio. Several people that I spoke to were incredibly talented as far as pinup work is concerned, but struggle with interior art. Being able to tell a good visual story is very important. And also an actual story, but that's a side thing. And that being said, I definitely saw a few artists that I would consider for covers in the future. Not the actual interior pages, but that's okay. And number 2, a page rate. As much as I would love to be able to pay an artist $300 or more a page, that's not realistic, especially on an indie comic. Well, I'm not exactly sure how much Brand 2 made, but let's just say for the sake of an argument here that let's just say that they had 20 pages that they had to do or something like that. So 300 a page. Was that like $6,000 or something like that? If you're trying to get your book out and it's late as heck, and some artist comes up and says, "Hey, I'll be able to do some work for you, but it might cost a little bit more," unless you have somebody just waiting in the wings, you should probably just go ahead. Really should just go ahead and jump on that, because, oh, for Christ alive, this is just it's been one of these books. I should kind of do maybe a sort of breakdown of all the breaking down that's happened in Brand 2, but Yeah, not looking good there. Not looking good there. But hey, you know what? At least he updates us. You know, don't always have great news to be able to tell people, but you know, you kind of want to do it maybe a little less than every 5 or 6 months or something like that. Let's see. That came up more than a few times, so I would have to say, so I would say to have more realistic expectations, especially if you've never been published before. I am pleased to announce that Marcelo Salza, I hope I pronounced that right, has joined our team. He will be drafting a story called Dreams and Nightmares. It's set in the present 5 years after the story we started in book one. Huh? It's set in the present, 5 years after the story we started. It almost feels like it's been 5 years since Branda came out. They were going to do something where it's like, you know, in years past and then like in the present day or something like that. One of the issues that Bear had with the first Brand was just basically how confusing not only the characters that they introduced, but the time frames that they're doing. So even I tell you what, even if they had planned on doing some of that stuff, when your book is delayed by like a year or more, your sort of timeline that you have in there is completely thrown off. So it's kind of an odd situation there, but that's okay. That's all right. Let's see. The Cravens are married, and Dawn is actually pregnant, like she is on Matthew Weldon's cover. Dawn is also pregnant, or excuse me, Dawn is also pregnant when the Cravens pop up and Dame drops. Another book. Super official, so I kind of want to play in that timeline a bit. By the way, just as a quick aside here, Beer actually did many moons ago a campaign review of Dame Drop's Super Official, just because it was just one of these weird sort of campaigns that was out there. It was drawn by a great artist, Kanan White, but like barely anybody had either heard of it, or maybe if they had heard of it, they didn't. The campaign just wasn't doing very well. He did that a couple months ago. By the way, go check out the Barely Live channel if you were want to see some of Bear's previous shows. But anyways, had that on a previous show that Bear was putting up for the other channel there. Says, hey, let me go ahead and clip that out just a little bit, put it up on the main channel, see what people think. Wasn't expecting anything of it, you know. It was just kind of one of these, you know, hey, it's a small campaign, you know, not many. I tell you what, I mean, have had more viewings on that video than quite a number of the other ones there. So you know, sometimes you never know. Sometimes people are just kind of looking for some information, even though some of that information might be, I don't know, 6-8 months old or something like that. So anyways, Dame drops a Super Official. Apparently there's a crossover going on. Who knows? Anyways, they have let me bring it up here. They actually have some artwork there. There we go. I can't really, maybe a layout. So let's see. It says Marcelo has the script and has already started breaking down layouts. So okay, this is just kind of a layout sort of deal. Ball of light, bees everywhere. I think he was like a beekeeper or something. He was kind of like a fat beekeeper, and then he transformed into Brand and went out and fought in the swamps of Louisiana for some reason. I don't know why, but that's all right. That's okay. Let's see. Continues. We plan on making things very interesting for the Cravens at Everhart. That's it. Oh, for crying out loud. Marcelo is planning on having completed art in the next few days, so I may come back with a preview of the combined pages shortly. Shortly could be this week. It could be another 6 months from now. So you never know. This is back on the 26th. So what's today? The 30th. So maybe it will come out in a couple days. You never know. You never know. I tell you what, Bear was shocked not only with Brand but also with Sovereign there. Both of them must have had a like a powwow or come together or something like that. We need to put something out for these poor people. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right, let me get to the final one because I mean we don't want to leave it. We don't want to leave it on a negative note here. Where is it here? There we go. Don't want to leave it on a negative note here because we actually got some positive news here. By the way, Richard Meyer apparently taking some time off from I believe from YouTube. I believe he's still doing. Where's my drink here? Still hot. I believe he's still doing the comics and all that sort of stuff, but it looks like he's kind of stepping away from some of the craziness here on YouTube. And that's all right. That's okay. But you know what? He's leaving. If he is leaving YouTube, he's leaving out in style here. I tell you what, leaving out on top because fulfillment is complete. Hi, everyone. I just got an email from the Fulfillment Center saying that they have completed mailing out all perks to backers. If you don't have your book yet, you should have it soon, unless it was maybe taken by a bear, you never know. The estimated shipping date was April of 2022. Fulfillment commenced in February, as was complete in March. A personal best for Splato Comics. And he says, thanks, Richard. There you go. So hopefully maybe Huerta or maybe Antonio Bryce have some tips to pick up on this particular campaign because, yeah, I tell you what, it was kind of just very quickly announced. They had a very short runtime for their campaign, and I tell you what, it closed up, and they ran it to their printer there, and the printer printed it out, and they got it into people's hands very, very quickly. So, gotta give a big thumbs up and a big shout out there to Richard Meyer, your boy Zach out there, completing which one is this? Is This You? I tell you what, I still need to read Is This You. Still haven't gotten to that yet. So that's all right. That's all right. Let me go back to there because actually kind of going along with the theme here. Going along with the theme here is we got some stuff here. Oh, I need to turn on the hey, P-Money, good to see you here. Which Richard Meyer campaign is this? Oh, it was the, let me bring it back up here. I'll bring it back up here. It was the Is This You campaign. I probably didn't show it on there, did it? Let me see. There we go. Click on the thing. Let's see. It was the Is This You. It didn't look like, well, up here at the very top here, but yeah, didn't really say anything about it. But yeah, it was his Is This You campaign. Very good, very good. I wish a lot of people, Antonio, Huerta, some of you other folks out there might actually learn a couple things from your boy and also Narwhal out there. They kind of, you hate to say cranking them out because it kind of feels like, there's not a whole lot of quality to it or anything like that. But no, I mean, very good stuff there. So very kind of a contrast, a compare and contrast between the two there. He says, P-Money says, oh darn it, I thought it might be the Jawbreakers 3 campaign. I'm sorry, P-Money. I'm sorry about that. Bear never got a Jawbreakers 3, so I can't really comment on that. So, all right, 1 second here. Bear actually has a surprise for everybody here. So 1 second. Do the thing. With the thing. And the thing. And of course you gotta do the thing. There we go. There we go. You gotta turn on the lights, otherwise it's not able to see very well. Not going to be able to see very well. So let's go ahead and get right on it. We were just talking about Is This You? So another Narwhal joint out there, as it were, is the Earthbound campaign. We actually got that a little while back, and got the book in. Actually had a face-to-face with Tadia there. So I find a kind of interesting book there, but actually it wasn't complete just yet. So we actually got it very quickly the other day. Was going to do a show on Saturday, just didn't really have a whole lot to do. Other than this came in, I mean, Bear got the email maybe Wednesday, Thursday of last week, and this came in, I think, Saturday, so it came in real quick. Real quick. By the way, just for some people out there. Oops, there we go. First class. If you want to feel like first class, send it first class. Yes, indeed. So, actually came in pretty quickly here. So we'll go ahead, tear right on into it here. But anyways, it came with the Earthbound 2 campaign. They just sent in the shirt after. Actually, kind of like that. We were talking about that the other week with the I think it was Aaron Lopresti's campaign. I think he said he was also going to be shipping those out separately. So, gosh dang it, why is it always got to be the tape? I tell you what, people. Oops. I tell you what. And I don't have the knife. I tell you what. Well, we'll just tear into it with the bear claws here, as it were. Just not what they used to be. Try to bite into it. Ah, there we go. Yes, indeed. All right. We will get into this, people, I swear. I swear we will. Anyway, so what was Bear talking about? Anyway, so they sent the shirt here separately from the campaign, and I think that's a good idea for some of the other. Get that out of the way. For some of the other campaigns that do stuff like that, we were just talking about the shot glasses and whatnot from a Wraith of God. So yeah, maybe send some of that stuff separately so people can kind of get their book. I don't know if there's that many people that want to wear their shirt while they're reading their book. Maybe there's some people out there that do that, but oh, that's the backside. There we go. There we go. Get that unfolded there. Very cool. Very cool and Earthbound shirt. I think Narwhal did this himself, so very good. A very much a rare item, as it were. A collectible item, I suppose. Oh my god, I took it out of the package. Oh, why? Oh, it's ruined. Oh well. Oh well, I ruined it. That's all right. That's all right. Very nice. A very good shirt that, let's see, Gideon, however you pronounce it there. So it looks quality. That smells pretty good. Got some nice stitching on there as well. So hopefully little Timmy won't be missing that very much. But there you go. Thank you so much, Narwhal. Very nice. A very nice shirt. I wish I could show some interior pages of the shirt, but there's just aren't that many. Just not that many. Anyways, gotta say a shout out to Earthbound. Very good book. A very good book from Narwhal, and also a very good shirt from Narwhal. That was my box open. I didn't have much else, but when do we get to see Bear wearing the Earthbound shirt? Well, I tell you what, that might be a good video for another day here. I've got it set up here where it's just shooting down right now, so I can't really put it on. You don't want me to stop the show just for that, but there you go. A little Earthbound shirt. We'll make a photo or something like that with Bear in the. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how I got a graveyard shift shirt. Got a graveyard shift shirt. Got the Earthbound shirt here. I don't think there's that many Comics Gate shirt that Bear has received here. So very cool. Very cool. I'll have to model them for you people. No, you don't want to see Bear modeling anything. Walking down the runway would just be a nightmare. I tell you what. Yes, indeed. So there you go. Very neat. Very cool. Thank you very much, Narwhal, for I don't think there's anything on the back. No, there's nothing on the back. So there you go. Neat little shirt. Neat little shirt so you can wear your shirt while you're reading your book if you so desire. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, let me get back to the thing with the thing, and then you click off the thing. And there we go. Go back to it because, Bear is on the edge to be talking about some of this stuff. I tell you what. Actually, Bear, like he said, he was going to do a Saturday show. Just wasn't really that much there to really talk about. Didn't really have anything other than the a box open that we did here with the shirts, so it wasn't really a whole lot of campaign updates either, so kind of skipped past that, and almost gave a thought to, hey, maybe let's check out this sort of Oscar thing, maybe a watch-along party. Nobody's gonna watch it, we can make fun of it, do all sorts of stuff. People wouldn't know they're not watching it, who cares? I decided against that because, really, I got better things to do with my time than waste 3 hours looking at a bunch of people tell jokes to each other and accept awards. Kind of very dull and very boring out there. But I tell you what, man, oh man, shenanigans happened, and everybody had their opinion on on the shenanigans that happened with, Bear doesn't want to be, a sort of worn out. You probably heard of everybody's take on this swipe. Actually, it was a swipe. People say, oh, it was a slap. No, it was. Let me demonstrate here for you people. 1 second. Let me get to it here. Let me do the thing. Let me demonstrate here. All right. So it was not the slap. It was a swipe. It was, because it was open hand, as it were, right? Pow, right? But like he doesn't have the claws. If you're going to do the open hand, you gotta have claws, people. You gotta have claws where it can rip into the face and tear it off and cause all sorts of damage. But no claws, just the hand there. I tell you what. So that was Bear's first thought on all that sort of stuff. But you know what? I mean, everybody else has had their opinion on what's going on, and probably people are kind of sick and tired of this or that. But you know what? You haven't heard Bear's opinion on what's going on. So Bear's got a little bit more of a sort of information, as it were, as it relates to some of the Hollywood stuff, as it does to comics. Bear does appreciate you people putting up with Bear sometimes, but I tell you what, sometimes it gets lost in the weeds sometimes for Bear, and it gets a little confusing, and does not want to cause any constraint against people. But you know what, Hollywood, the movie industry, Bear does a little bit more about that, so he did a little bit of a digging. There. It was a swipe. It was a swipe. So when Will Smith swiped left with Chris Rock, yes, indeed, there you go. It was a swipe. I mean, you could definitely tell it was a swipe. Probably learned a couple things from Bear there, but again, you gotta have claws. I tell you what, people. All right, so let's go ahead and just kind of set the table, as it were, here. Let's go ahead and set the table. Everybody else is talking about this or that, people's personal opinions, the lives of celebrities and what they're talking about and what they're doing. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's bring it back maybe a little bit, maybe the 5 or 10,000 foot level there, and kind of bring it back just a little bit and kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and just kind of set the table, as it were. Let's set the table. By the way, we're going to be talking a little bit about Deadline. We've got a couple articles from them. Deadline is basically sort of the industry newspaper, or not newspaper, I should say, industry a website, I guess I should say. So if you want to know what's going on within the film industry, so maybe you have a studio that wants to put out some promotional material, or this person is being promoted to this position or something like that. Yeah, it's within the trades here, so something like Deadline that. So basically, they're telling you what the industry wants to tell you, or basically, I guess, what the industry is telling themselves. It's not really, I guess it could be for, everyday people and stuff like that, but really it's more kind of industry people talking amongst themselves. So let's go ahead and get right into it here. Kind of just a table set. A table set, as it were, here. So, pardon me. Oscar let's see, this is Antonio Blythe and Anthony Indestandrio. Forget it. I don't care. Whatever. 2 people at Deadline. Oscar nominees speak out on. By the way, this was before. This is actually before the show here. Okay, so March 27th, a little bit before the show, a couple hours before the show. Okay. Oscar nominees speak out on red carpet about being regulated to pre-show. No one is going to rain on our parade. Or hopefully pee on their parade either. Even as Oscars nominees arrive. By the way, these are all nominees for the big prize there. It's not like some, Joe Schmo just showing up or something like that. Oscar nominees arrived on the red carpet at the Dolby Theater this afternoon. Their ire did not cease over the Academy's decision to push 8 categories to a pre-taped portion of the show. So I think they took off, like, I don't know if it was cinematographer, but set dressing, makeup, hairstyle, some of those categories might not be the most popular or most watched or anything like that, but it's a lot of the people behind the scenes that are making the world that the actors and producers and directors live in all that much easier and all that much better for them. All right, so slammed Oscar-nominated Tick Tick Boom film editor. Okay, so film editors as well. Myron Kirstenstein, whose category is one of those in the pre-tape show. We know the choice was not a correct one, but at the end of the day, we're being nominated, and no one's going to rain on our parade. I'm pretty sure someone, or two people maybe, or possibly three people, might be raining on your parade. This is our day, our party. We're so proud of what we did on Tick Tick Boom, and no one's going to change that, especially the Academy, he added. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Those categories being presented in the 4 p.m. pre-show, in addition to film editing, also include documentary, makeup and hairstyling, music. I don't know why they would put music there. That's stupid. Production design, short film animated and short film live action, in sound. Sound just kind of like, half of what a movie is there. Just kind of a minor thing. The Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts and Sciences has told the press that the pre-recorded winners will be revealed during the broadcast and brought back into the press room accordingly. However, it's all a ploy to cut the running time of the show, which didn't happen because it was 4.5 hours long, or 3.5 hours long, so there you go. I think it's a shame that some of the categories have been deemed kind of important to the public, because if you take away any one part of a film crew, then you're not left with a film anymore. Said Power of the Dog, Director of Photography, Ari Winger, whose category is actually being televised live. I really hope this is a one-off weird year, and we just go back to recognizing everyone equally. Equally, yes indeed. Well, that would be nice, but it's not going to happen. Expressing admiration for Oscar-nominated peer film editor Peter Scribus, who is also sidelined. Wenger exclaimed, "Peter is an incredible genius. I do the visuals, but I'd say 80% of that storytelling. And you're really trusting in an editor to take bits you've collected, all the ingredients, and make a tasty meal out of it." Well, I tell you what, if beer can take some 80% of storytelling and make a meal out of it, that'd be awesome. We're all disappointed. Oscar-nominated Don't Look Up composer Nicholas Britell about slotted into the golden hour that's not part of the telecast. I think there are many innovative solutions to reformatting the show that don't include creating a differentiation, between people who make movies. Britell emphasized that showing up, despite the overall upset, sends a greater message. We thought it was really important to be here to show solidarity with all the other artists and other craftspeople who make movies possible, and show how important all these categories are. Which is kind of one of the reasons Bear was kind of at a sort of impasse with some of the fandom menace folks out there, because they were kind of down on some movies and stuff like that, and that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're trying to boycott some movies just because you don't like a particular actor or maybe a message or something like that, well, you got a whole bunch of people that you're putting out of work there, because there's quite a bit. If you ever watch one of the Marvel, there's a reason why they have the Marvel credit things at the very end there, because they got to break that up, because there's a lot of people that are working on these movies here. So, including people that that aren't in the spotlight or anything like that. So when they're nominated for an Academy Award, hey, it's their time to shine and be shown. And hey, you know what? We're rubbing shoulders with whoever, Denzel Washington or whatever. Let's see. P-Money says best picture winner today is whatever movie least amount of people saw. That's true. That is true. I don't think any. Let's see. Let's take a poll. Anybody see any of the Oscar-nominated Best Picture films this year? Probably Dune. Maybe some people might have watched Dune, but I bet you not a whole lot of people. There's not a whole lot of people that have Oscar TV, Apple TV. So you didn't see the Coda, whatever the hell the name of it is. Most people didn't see that movie. By the way, Apple didn't make that movie. They just bought it. The movie was already made. All they did was just buy the film and take the video file and plug it into their TV Plus thing, and away they went. That was it. Oh, and the millions and millions of dollars to the Academy. That too. Let's not forget about that. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's it. That's it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Films are collected. Did I say all that? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, films are collaborative. And today meant to celebrate the collaboration of everybody who makes the movie. To make anyone feel less than, if not great, hopefully it will be rectified in future years. I doubt it. I doubt it. Alright, so that's kind of the plate setter there. There we go. Get something to drink. Kind of the plate setter there for what we're going to talk about here as far as, well, let's put it out to the audience here. Let's just go ahead and put it out to the audience here. Of course, a number of people have kind of went back and forth. I think we'll make a compelling case here, but the swipe heard around the world there. Do you think that is fake, or do you think it was real? Do you think that was a manly man, one of the premier action stars of the past 20 years or so, went up on stage and slapped another man? Did you think that was real? Leave your comment in the comment section below. Yes, indeed. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into the next one here. Now, again, this is just before. Actually, this is the day before. This is the day before the Oscars. Headline here from Michael Creepley, however you pronounce his name. In another 48 hours, we'll know if the Oscars audience replacement therapy actually worked. What's that you say, Bear? What's that you say? Audience replacement at the Oscars? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. In another 48 hours, we'll know if it works. This is the shot, by the way. We'll do the chaser in just a second. We'll know if it works. The Oscars show audience replacement theory. Almost inevitably, total viewers for Sunday night's Academy Awards telecast on ABC will rise from last year's pathetic 10.4 million viewers. I think it did like 15 million, something like that. I'm not sure if they're counting this live viewers or +3 or +5 or something like that. Basically, that means like they're adding in people that might have it on DVR or watched it later or something like that. So it wasn't that many, but we'll get to why there was 5 million more viewers here in a second. The bar is very low, and other recent award shows, the Emmys, the SAGs, the Critics' Choice, have all caught a bounce, like a dead cat. For the Oscars to miss, the general uptick would be disastrous indeed. Okay, so this is setting it up here. They need more people watching, right? And if they don't, it would be a disaster, a complete disaster. Okay. But the more interesting issues will involve the identity of that presumably expanded audience. Because in the run-up to Sunday Night Show, the Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences apparently has been working not so much to get its lost viewers back as to replace them. Who would you replace them with? Oscar producer Will Packer, talking with IndieWire, has pointed towards the Super Bowl, describing an event strategically calculated to entice viewers with songs, laughs, and entertainment, and I'm sure some tackling, no matter who is playing the game. The theory is that the core movie fans will show up in any case. Those bunch of morons, they'll just show up. And the rest will come for Billie Eilish, or Beyonce, or the trio of comedic hosts. Made me laugh here. Quote-unquote comedic hosts. Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, who hasn't been funny in 20 years, and Regina Hall, who Bear keeps forgetting and replacing her with somebody else. The described approach, in truth, isn't so different from that of a decade ago, when show and producers Craig Zandon and Neil Morrison gave us host Seth MacFarlane and the gay men's chorus of Los Angeles singing, "We saw your boobs." It was tasteless, but it attracted 40 million viewers. So, like, a whole bunch more. Still, there's something more pointed in the air this year. The cold determination to push 8 award categories, including editing, musical score, and production design off the live broadcast and into a clipped video, signals a willingness to let movie purists sit on the sidelines and sulk. We're not going to let them rain on our parade. More time for quote-unquote jokes, and perhaps some cutaways to the cheaper seats at $100 a head house party in the Academy Museum. And more breathing room for the new viewers, a younger, hipper group who, whether or not they have seen Coda or The Power of the Dog, knows how to have a good time. Even while fending off supporters of the snubbed editors and composers, defenders, as celebrated as Steven Spielberg and James Cameron, the Academy reached out last week to a portion of the replacement audience with a club quarantine video pep rally conducted by DJ D-Nice, who will be performing during and after Sunday's Oscar show. Wanda Sykes made an appearance. I'm glad that made its own sentence there. It was just kind of out of the blue. Wanda Sykes made an appearance. Who cares? Was she serving drinks? Who cares? Meanwhile, Packer and Academy Executive Vice President Sean Finney bantered about what they called the community and how it is expected to, quote, elevate the awards. Let's see, P-Money says, so boobs brought a bigger audience than Will Smith swiping. I suppose that makes sense. Well, maybe if Mr. Smith decides to become Mrs. Smith and comes out next year, maybe you never know. The viewers might triple there. You never know, or decline. Who knows? What they mean was never precisely clear. I think we know what it means. But if the idea is to attract black viewers, that certainly makes sense. Nielsen's data, shared with my colleague Brooks Barnes and myself at the New York Times, showed that the best-rated ceremonies between 2005 and 14 were constantly those that attracted African Americans. In those years, dominant white and Hispanic... Why is white not capitalized, but Hispanic is? In Hispanic Oscar audiences was stable at about 35 million viewers each year. By contrast, black viewers, who varied between 2 million and 5 million every year, depending largely on the presence of black nominees, were a swing factor. An intentionally hilarious thing there. So yeah, basically the entire difference that they had to make up was due to Will Smith being nominated for his movie there. How Asians figured, I can't precisely recall, but their presence was relatively small. Well, that's no way to... I mean, sure, they're small people, but for crying out loud, you don't need to do that, man. Freaking creepily. This year, those viewers, with whomever else TikTok and Instagram can draw, are apparently expected to carry the show. What? As for the film faithful, screw you. However many are left, well, never mind the Movie Lovers Unite official poster. They're just along for the ride. Okay, so what have we learned here? We've learned that basically they were very, 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 very desperate to bring back viewers. One of the ways that they did that was to bring on... Whether or not you thought Will Smith deserved to win the award or not, we're not making a comment on any of that. But there was a very concrete reason why they brought him on. Was because they needed those 5 million more viewers. If they had the same amount of viewers or less, the Oscars would be done for. So this is kind of what Bear's kind of a little ticked off about, was all the people that were ignoring the Academy Awards, letting it go down the tubes, are now basically picking up and talking about all the drama and all the stuff that's going on with that, and talking about this or that. Well, guess what, people? You're providing completely free advertising for a bunch of people that you might not want to give free advertising to. All right, so that is kind of the shot. That's kind of the shot there. Maybe there might be a chaser. There might be a chaser there. So let's go ahead. Let me get a drink here. So let's see. One of the things that started all this stuff was the whole Chris Rock joke. The Chris Rock joke about what's her name? Mrs. Smith's, his wife, being bald, unfortunately. Apparently she has a sort of illness or condition there which causes her to unfortunately go bald. We're not making any comments on any of that sort of stuff. Very unfortunate situation there. But, she happened to be bald there, which was kind of very interesting, very prominently displayed there. And of course, basically started the whole shenanigans situation there. So you may be thinking, there might be something a little bit to that. Well, there might actually be. There might actually be, including one of the major, sponsors there for the Academy Awards. We're talking about our good friends at Pfizer. Yes, indeed. I hope you've gotten your fourth and possibly your fifth quote unquote vaccination out there. It's important. It's very important, people. So you've got Pfizer out there, a great company out there, sponsoring the Academy Awards. Who needs some viewers? Well, Pfizer might need some free advertising. So, maybe there might be something that goes along there that causes some of that sort of stuff. So let's just go ahead, click on over here. Pfizer's, and I'm going to pronounce this completely wrong here. By the way, this is Clinical Trials Arena. This can be found in other places, but Pfizer's Ritlecitinib, I don't know, whatever, some stupid drug that they're producing. It meets primary efficacy goal in, what are we talking about here? Alopecia elytra trial, which is what Mrs. Smith actually has. Really, really, really odd. I mean, I tell you what, Pfizer drug company has a star which has a condition that they're coming out with a drug for. That's really, really, really odd, isn't it? Let's see, it goes on. An increased proportion of the trial subjects receiving the drug there for 24 weeks had scalp hair loss of 20% or less. Very good drug there. Pfizer has reported a positive top-line data from the Phase 2B and 3 clinical trials, which, by the way, they didn't go through on their quote-unquote vaccines, but that's a whole other story there. Clinical trials with the drug in alopecia patients. Alopecia is an autoimmune disease which the immune system attacks the hair follicles, leading to hair loss on the scalp and may even impact the face and body. The randomized, controlled double-blind, by the way, they didn't do that in the frickin' vaccine trial either, analyzed the drug in alopecia patients aged 12 years and above. Subjects enrolled in the trial had 50% or more scalp hair loss, including those with complete hair loss or alopecia totalis, incomplete scalp, face, and body hair loss, or alopecia universalis. And they also had another one, alopecia, a treatment episode that lasted for 6 months to 10 years. So I'm not going to go into all of that, but very, very interesting that Pfizer was supporting or backing, I suppose, the Academy Awards, and they just happen to have a drug that was in trials for the disease that Mrs. Smith has. I find that very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's get out of that. Let's get out of that because we can go back to the thing with the thing, and that's why we say, hooray, hooray for Hollywood. Yes, indeed. All right, let's go to the chat here. Anybody has anything to say? So boobs. Oh, I already read that. Nobody says either fake or true. I tell you what, Bear is on the fake side. Completely fake, completely fraudulent. All right, let's see. We got time. Do we have time? I've got time. You know what, people? I tell you what. You come here for the alopecia clinical trials. You might also stick around for, maybe some box openings or some comic stuff. But one of the things that we all know that you come here for is where am I here? Where am I? I'm here somewhere. There we are. You come here for the crypto news stories. Yes, indeed. This is from Bleeping Computer. Just a small amount, not very much. Just $620 million in crypto stolen from Xe Infinity's Ronin Bridge. There we go. There you go. I wish somebody would tell me what the hell is up with um, the blockchain games. I don't understand. I don't understand. Apparently it's basically you own your little DLC instead of sharing it with other people. I guess. And then I guess it maybe gives you, like if you have the big dollar amount one or something like that, you get the sort of play to win sort of shenanigans that's going on, which is not really a game at that point. It's just gambling and whole other issues. P-Money says, yes, it's fake. I agree, P-Money. The whole blockchain Bitcoin, it's all fake. It is all fake. Oh, you meant the Oscars thing. Oh, well, that too, sir. A hacker has stolen almost 620 million in Ethereum and USDC tokens from X Infinity's Ronin network bridge, making it possibly, I would say probably, the largest crypto hack in history. Ronin is an Ethereum sidechain created by Sky Mavis to facilitate transactions for the X Infinity game, with a bridge acting as the transfer ERC20 tokens between the Ethereum and Ronin blockchains. That all was in English, I promise you people. Today, Sky Mavis disclosed that a threat actor hacked the Ronin bridge and stole just a small amount of 173,600 Ethereum and 25.5 million USDC tokens in two transactions worth $617 million at today's prices. While Ronin sidechain uses 9 validator nodes to confirm transactions, the threat actor was able to gain controller over 5 of the validated signatures needed to withdraw cryptocurrency from the bridge. Sky Maven's Ronin chain consisted of 9 validator nodes, we just talked about that, in order to recognize a deposit event or a withdrawal event. 5 out of the 9 validator signatures are needed. The attacker managed to get control over Sky Maven's 4 Ronin validators and a third-party validator run by XDAO, explains the advisor from the Ronin network. By the way, that was all in English. The validator key scheme is set up to be decentralized so that it's not decentralized, you morons, so that it limits an attack vector similar to this one. Similar, but you screwed up. But the attacker found a backdoor through our gas-free RPC node, which they abused to get the signature for the XDAO validator. That was also in English. The attack occurred almost a week ago on March 23rd, but Sky Mavens only learned about it today because they're a bunch of morons when the user tried to withdraw 5,000 Ethereum from the bridge and was unable to do so. Poor guy. I tell you what, when you're just trying to take out 5,000 Ethereum, which is like, what is it, like $3,000 each Ethereum, a couple $1 million, you're not able to do so, it kind of ruins your day. Most of the stolen cryptocurrency still resides in the attacker Ethereum address, though I tell you what, people, though there has been some activity with the attacker transferring ETH to various addresses and exchanges. While Sky Mavis states that all AX, RON, and SPLA tokens on the Ronin are secure, all of the Ethereum and USDC deposits have been stolen by the attacker. Sky Maven also shut down the Ronin Bridge and the Katana Dex as they investigate the attack. We are working with law enforcement officials, forensic cryptographers, and our investors to make sure there is no loss of user funds. This is our top priority right now. Also, your top priority is getting the horse back into the barn that's burnt down, you complete morons. All of you to the volcano. All of you to the volcano. That's the largest crypto attack in history, with the previous largest theft being just a minor $611 million stolen from the Poly network in August of 2021. So there you go. There you are. There is your crypto news of the day. I know everybody enjoys a little bit of crypto news on their day. P-Money says, I'm heading out with the kids We're going to an escape room. Take care. Well, I hope you escape. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. I've never been in. Bear's been plenty of cages, but he's managed to escape. So there you go. Well, good to have you, P-Money. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here for everybody here. We've talked a little bit about the crazy world of cryptocurrency, the even crazier world. Well, I don't know that kind of even money there, but and the crazy world of the Academy Awards, and the even crazier world sometimes of Comicsgate, and hey, we even got a shirt out of it. So let's show everybody the shirt in case you are just joining us here. There we go. Neat little Earthbound shirt from Narwhal. Very cool. Thank you, Narwhal. All right. Well, once again, everybody, thanks for showing up. We try to do this every Wednesday and Saturday night. So if you're around at 8 o'clock, hey, join Bear. You'd appreciate it very much. But you know what? All of this ripping open into packages has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrrr.